There, ready? Welcome to Sunday Surgery Live with me, Dr. Lefthandthread. So we're cover the events of tools we've repaired during the week, upcoming repairs, upcoming videos, what I'm up to here in the surgery, what's happening here with the surgery. So anybody else on the chat? Yeah. Okay. Right. So first of all, we changed the surgery. Don't know if you can see that. That is a heater. I was a bit worried about coming to a more autumnal time of year, if that's the right word, autumnal, if you can say that properly. I've got myself this wee heater and screw fix today for £24. It's a 2-bar thing. It might handle the requirements for the autumn. You might need to get something bigger for the winter, so that's what's happening in the surgery. There's Megan McGee. How'd you like me heater, Mr. McGee? I went on your recommendation. I've done the screw fix to get one. He says there was good ones in screw fix, so I got that one. It's pretty good. It's a quartz heater. It's a 1200 watt. I've been trying it out. It's not too bad. Oh, Martin's got a heater for me. Martin, you're like my living. What did you call it? You're my Bob Geldof to my Africa. I might need to put a bit of insulation on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try a winter on it, don't I? I'm going to just try as we go. So, we'll just see what happens. Wait and see. Give me an excuse to buy something else. Yeah. I want to show you something that I have. See the transformer box up here. I have that up for a reason. I have this device. This is what you call a Reams Amigo 2. And it's not a elephant pleasure device. It's a pipe threader, And I want to tell you the story of that. I got that quite a few months ago. And I was lying in the box. Over here. I was lying in a box. This handle was all in butts in the box. The switch was in butts. There was no lead. A good man gave me that to fix, and that's why I fixed it. A man called Kieran Loftus, who's already been very charitable to me, and he's left me a lot of stuff to fix. And there's BW's electronic. Oh, 35 degrees centigrade. No, we'll not get that, don't worry. You'll not get that sent over. So this here was lying in a box, and I was kind of afraid of it, to be honest. I plucked up the cards this week. This has been my favourite fix of the week, because, like I say, it was lying in butts. The switch was in butts. Had to order that switch from guess where? Germany. Had to find out what the name of this thing was first, and I had to put it together under a lot of concentration. I had to make a lead for it, pick up a lead for it out of an old lead and a 110. That iron switch is the only new items within it. But I'm well happy with that. If anybody deserves to get something fixed, it's Kieran Loftus. He's been so charitable to me and so good to me, and I'm glad to do that for him. That she's going the way I think she should now. So that's been the biggest success of this week. So I wanted to start off with that. There's not really a video on that. There's a wee short video on it. Oh, that is a monster. The motor in that is... We'll see, I'll measure that for you. This electronic. I have a tape measure somewhere, have I? Let's see what it is. I'll go 2 feet long. It's 2 foot long. It's a monster. It's a very, very heavy. That's a monster. See if you had a grinder with that motor on it. That grinder would never die. It's a real monster. I was happy to do that for Kieran Loftus. 3 gentlemen. Enjoyed the channel, met me through the channel, got in touch. We connected through this forum. I know the internet and these social media things, and they get a bit of flack here and there, and you know there's some bad things about them, but that's a good thing. Met some of you guys on there. Some of you guys I wouldn't knew, but I met some of you guys and I connected with some of them in the real world, would you say. Kieran Loftus came to see me, brought me up a pile of stuff, including that Reims Amigo. No, it's actually Draper Tools. Maggie McGee, it's because of you that I'm wearing this, believe it or not. Because you told me my lady followers were dropping because of the Milwaukee baseball cap. So I've moved away from it. But I'm not sure your theory is right, because we had a bit of a droppage this week in the ladies. The ladies went down. You know, the ladies went down this week. The main event of tonight, I'll move on to that. The main event of tonight, and I must give a shout out to Pat McMahon, sent me these two things. Now Pat's, I think in County Clare, if I'm correct, some of this Draper Stormforce impact driver, and this Parkside Performance brushless drill with that impact driver attachment if you click that off. Now that was very, very generous of Pat to send me those. He offered to send them to me and I says, oh, I love it, you know. And I was more delighted when they sent me. And I want to show you something about this. I'm going to tear these down later on and show you what they're all about. The same way as I done the Parkside stuff a couple of weeks ago. But Pat's done a mod. I want to show you this first. Pat's done a bit of a mod there. You see that's the plastic's cut. And why he's done that, so it fits Parkside batteries perfectly. So that's it. Man after my own heart, Pat, doing that. That's tremendous. Don't know if Pat's on the chat tonight yet. Fixing hairdryers and GHDs. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of random stuff, but you never know what I'd be at in a year's time. I don't know. So I'm going to come back to them. I might do a teardown them if there's time, which there should be. There should be. I'll have to come back to them. First things first. When Megan McGee's on there, Megan McGee gave me a task. Well, we kind of come up with a task. I'll show you what it is. There's a 10.8 impact range. There's a video on this. That's a 10.8, which is the same as 12 volt. Impact range, DCF 813. No power. So I thought, what I'm going to do to give that more power, I think I stripped this battery last week and took out these 3 wee cells. So what I did was, instead of 3 wee ones, put in 6 of these big ones, 21700 cells. And instead of this, I ended up with this. So that's got 6 21700 cells in the same circuit board, same top, but I've repurposed a 6 amp flex volt battery casing to house it. I think it is more powerful. I want Megan McGee to take this and try it for a week or two to see what he thinks, and then we'll maybe get on to battery 2. But that's DR LHT. That's a new battery platform. Good man, Paul Cook. Oh, Pat's there. Good man, Pat. Pat, big shout out. Thank you very much for the stuff. I appreciate that. That's all good. Thank you very much. So that's video 1. That's actually out at the minute. Hopefully it'll do well for me. It's a bit of an adventurous one. And what else did I do? This video's out tomorrow. I bought these 2 M12 batteries for £15 on eBay as faulty and not working, you know. So sure enough, they arrived and they both were faulty. They weren't charging. This is a knockoff one. This is a actual proper M12 for them. This is a knockoff. So I opened the knockoff first and realised that there was one of the cells was gone. There's 6 of these type of cells on it. Yeah, it's out tomorrow. 6 of these type of cells on it. So I replaced the cell, and there was 2 broken connections, and I put it together and charged up to 12 volts. This one was slightly more complicated. The cells seemed to be all perfect. The connections were significantly better. No broken connections, and they were significantly better done because it's a genuine battery. She was better made every way. Although that one wasn't really bad, I've seen worse. What I had to do was order a circuit board for it and replace it. Basically, one of these here. I got a knockoff circuit board, and actually it was wired correct this time. So last one I found was wired wrong. I had to rewire it. I had to change the wires around after I put it together. So that video's out tomorrow. And in case any of you are eligible to enter the battery competition, the battery competition's on for another 10 days or so. Then I'll announce the winner live. So good luck on that one. Another good fix, but I think the video will not be out till next week, is this DCG 412 DeWalt grinder. What I've done with that one was, what is he? Doing well enough now. That one wasn't kicking her. And the common fault with these ones, they'll go till they melt the wires off themselves. And the wire was melted and actually had stuck itself, embedded itself to the inside of the body. So I pulled it out and resoldered. So that video about next week, hopefully all being well. I'm just going to catch up with the chat. I don't want to be ignoring you guys either. What do we see we got here? Oh aye, BW's electronics, sorry. I stopped by my recycling centre, picked up some goodies, including 2 sealed 24 lead acid batteries. Hopefully pick up a solar panels to play with for backup lighting. Good man. Love the battery stuff. Keep up the good work. BW's electronic likes the battery stuff. It's good. It's good to have a kindred spirit out there. What else? I think we're nearly halfway. Not nearly halfway yet. I'll get onto these Parkside and Stormforce, I think. Excellent job in the Stormforce again, Pat. I like that. That's right up my street there. That's excellent. Excellent job. And funny, the Parkside and the Draper, they've all little screws. Most of the professional tools have T10, T15s, depending on the size, of T20s. Torx, they take them apart. But there are ordinary screws. Let's see what we've got really. Take it apart. That'll do it. There's the Milwaukee. You've seen that before. I don't think if there's anything else I need to tell you. We'll see if we get the camera down here. Do you see what I'm up to? If I can get it down here. There we are. There we are. And a 60-volt string trimmer keeps shutting off. I wouldn't know. I've never had. Usually there's a brushless motor in them, and if it's doing something dodgy, it's all electronic and no simple fix. I would say you're right, Pat, about this Parkside, or this Draper being the same as the Parkside. That's pretty much what it is. You can see the battery, if you compare the Stormforce battery to the Parkside battery, it's nearly the same shape at the top. In fact, I'll show you something. Let's see. This is a Stormforce battery shell, and if you compare it to the Parkside, you can see the clear similarities. The battery indicator location, the top, but the minute slightly different. That's why Pat had to do the mod on it. But anyway, Draper have come out with a D20 range. Supposed to be better, I know, but they claim, I suppose the Stormforce batteries have Chinese cells in them, and the D20 is supposed to have Japanese cells, so we'll see how that goes. Watch the space in that one. Seems a shame taking this apart when there's nothing wrong with it. Nope, we'll get that later. Right. Right. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's basic. It's basic. Yeah. Yeah. Nice wee anvil. Nice enough wee anvil. You can't fault it there. An anvil's an anvil. It's a pretty simple sort of mechanism, you know. You just have the wee sealed motor you would see in the Parkside. It's very Parkside-esque, I would have to say, because it's got a switch, a wee sealed brushed motor, and there's a big area of nothingness here. A little puddly circuit board. Twice the price of the Parkside. This is not worth more than a Parkside. Pat, there's no way this is worth more than a Parkside. This is not worth more than any Parkside or anything else. I'm not overly excited by the interior of this. You see, it's got a little, little LED there, a little circuit board. There's basically only 3 little wires and 2 little wires going up to the motor here. There's nothing. I'm struggling with this one because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. I don't know when flying down the back. It needs everything it's got. This. Oh, it's just a screw. That's not so bad. No. Where's the rest of it? Is what springs to mind when you open something like that. But again, this thing's got its place in the market because it does the job for a DIY man. But whenever that motor wears out the brushes, it's over. It's over. You seen that a couple of weeks ago if you were on the stream with the Parkside stuff. It's over. You could buy a wee motor for that, but you know, it's not. I suppose they're not pretending to be professional tools in the same line as the like of DeWalt or Milwaukee or Makita or anything like that. They're not going down that line with this. They probably think they're going down that line with D20. I've seen a couple of D20 things and haven't had them open yet. I've seen them. So I don't know if they're any better or worse. But they're bound to have at least as much. I did open a D20 battery and I thought it looked not bad. But then again, the Parkside batteries ain't bad either. Like, you know. No, that's fairly lackluster, but not to look a gift horse in the mouth, Pat. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much for that. It's not that I don't appreciate it. But I know you wanted them tore down, you wanted to know what was going on. I saw the Lidl soldering station today, yes. And I thought, it doesn't look that dear. But do I need it in my life? The answer, unfortunately, was no. I didn't need the Lidl soldering station in my life. It was all too elaborate for me. from where I'm coming from, I'm sort of a boy that came, well, I have a nice workshop now, but I came from soldering stuff on top of a wheelie bin to being in here and having a bench. So I'm trying to get a wee bit more professional, but I think it's just too elaborate for me. I didn't look too much at it. It's got like it's got the wee thing for you to set the soldering iron in. It's got a couple of wee spools inside the wee thing. I'll send you a picture of it, Martin, sometime, to see what you think. But I don't know. Since my M12 soldering iron decided to die on me, I've been using a basic old draper plug-in one, and that's doing the job for me at the minute. So I don't really want to go down any other road, you know, at the minute, for the time being. Right, what do we see? We're going to get this Parkside Performance up and now, and I'm hoping for you, if you may or may not know, Parkside Performance is, in comparison to the green stuff, it's supposed to be the premium range. It's supposed to be the better range. They have, I did see the wee M12 green, or not M12, Parkside 12 volt version of this green one, the green version, and it looks the same, but I'm hoping that this is well made inside. But I'm going to get it open anyway. I like this little click off job. Pat, this doesn't seem to have done that much for you. I was supposed to get a battery for this, and I searched all the Lidls. I searched Oma, I searched Strabane, I searched Derry. I didn't get to them a battery. But whatever is wrong, there's not one 12 volt battery on the shelf at the moment. Not one. I had to order one online. I was hoping it'd be here yesterday in time for the stream, but it hasn't. It'll probably be here tomorrow, which I'd love to have road tested this. Anyhow, I'll get her open for you. Let's see, I'll get it. It's an even smaller screen, that one. Very small. We're not in too deep anyway. That'll work. "23 minutes in, guys, so better get on with it. Will the chuck fit the DeWalt? The chuck in this? No. No. We'll see what else. Who else is in the chat? No, Pat, don't panic. I've a battery coming for this anyway. One order. It was ordered what I thought in time to have it here. There wasn't one ladle with the Parkside 12 volt. They've plenty of 20 volt batteries. They're selling some 12 volt tools there too, so I don't know what's thinking. Or maybe they're, I don't know. I'm always underwhelmed by the small wee screws that are in these things. They're just miniature. They're just miniature. Anyway. What I don't like about these sort of screws is you can break them so easy. You get a little screwdriver. That's just too small. There's a wee screwdriver. They're too rough for them, you can break them hand enough with those old. That's why I like the Mawalty, it's very low power. Less likely to horse up the screws. These Parkside, even the bigger ones, the green ones, you know, they seem to have very small wee screws on them. I don't know if that's a way to save money. It seems a bit petty way of saving money, I don't know. That's the word. Seems a very small thing. But this is brushless, so, you know, maybe that's what sets it apart from the green one. The green one's probably not brushless. I know brushless motors aren't essentially bulletproof, but I've seen a lot of very good ones. They've stood a lot of use. Unless they get clogged up with dirt or abused, sometimes they last a long time. 26 minutes in. Well, if you get a chance to check out those videos that I was talking about, the batteries, the one out now and tomorrow, so hopefully you enjoy them. Here we are, where we should be. Right. Should have got that thing off the back, but it's alright. Anyway. Right. Here we are. We're in the there's a wee bit more circuitry. I will say that. It is a small machine, so they've had to use the space. There's a bigger circuit board in this wee machine than there is in that Draper Stormforce. The circuit board goes all across there. That's quite clever, I think, that they've used that space, and there's the wee LED circuit board. The switch is probably alright, it looks alright, you know. It looks alright. Nice wee brushless motor. I don't know how up against like an M12 or something like that. I don't know how it would hold up in the real world, but well, she's all right. They've had to use all the space, and they have used all the space. When I open a machine and I see a whole pile of empty space, they've had to leave a gap there for the battery. They've had to leave this gap for the battery, if you can see that. But they've filled up everything else, and they've been very clever where they've put the board and all. I don't know, a lot of the Parkside are based in other things like Bosch or sometimes Milwaukee, you know. But I like that machine. I like that machine, definitely. I think it's nice. I think it's a nice wee handy tool. And I wish I had the battery for you to give a wee road test, you know. But I didn't have it. But I just cannot get over these screws. They're minute, like. They're minute. It's a pity I can't road test this one today. I'll give her a good old over. See what she was doing. But I could maybe try the Stormforce or something. I could try her out. We'll see. Need some of them bits later. Put that together. I'll have to put the Stormforce together to get her going. Anybody else in the chat? Any see? It doesn't have all the attachments like you say. Have like the the M12 installation driver, them sort of things. But it's not a bad wee tool at the same time. I just don't know. Parkside Performance is supposed to be the better one, and sometimes you don't see a lot of it in the shops. I've seen one drill in the shops this last couple of months. I've seen one of the combi drills in the shop, Parkside Performance. I kind of regret I didn't buy it. The one day I was passing a car, I bought a car and it was full of Parkside Performance tools. It just like a Volkswagen car, it was full of Parkside Performance tools, all black cases. I was looking around to see if he was there, to see if he could tell me where he got them, you know, because, you know, or what he thought of them. But he just wasn't around. He ever owned that car. But it's something you don't see much out there, is Parkside Performance. Somebody having a whole rig of it, having a whole lot of it. Yep, these two. I'm just wondering about a proper piece of wood to do a test in this or something. It's not going to be really a fair test because I'm going to get a 2 amp battery. We'll see what we're doing. Right, first test, listen. This is an old DCF 885 DeWalt. I've been putting tech screws into box section, galvanized box section with this since I got this place. I just wonder, would that even do it? Would that even do it? I suppose that'd be the best test, but she's at a wee bit of disadvantage because I've only got a 2 ampere battery. We'll see. Anybody else in the chat? Yeah. Oh, it's quiet on the Western Front. What do I see? Where we could be put a screen do I see that you could see it? You see that heater? We'll put one on beside the heater. See if she'll see it. No, I'll be blocking that. Whatever way I look at it. See if I can turn this round. Oh, nope. Didn't work. That sort of works. Let's see. Sure, don't lose my camera here. Right. That kind of works. 3 upper Storm Force with a 2 ampere fully charged Parkside battery. So see if she sinks it. See if she sinks it. She done it anyway. So, you know, we'll try it with the DeWalt to see if it's any different. The DeWalt's been very, very impressive at this particular task. But I'm impressed that actually, you know, if a tool does the job it's supposed to, if that was any better or not. What do you think, guys? Either way, they done it, you know. So, to be fair to the Dripper Stormforce, she done it. She done what she's supposed to do. So, anyhow, we're over here now. Right. To compare them in another way, size. You see the size difference? The Draper Stormforce is so much bigger and heavier, even though she's not got much electronics inside, just got a big old antiquated motor and a big enough anvil. The anvil must have saved her. She does what she's supposed to, but she is top heavy. You can feel she's top heavy. This one is better balanced and feels better in the hand. But this one does exactly what it's supposed to do. So you can judge for yourself, but there's very little electronics and very little to go wrong at the same time. So I can't be too critical of it. Right, we're 36 minutes in. I will show you something else as well. I have something else for you before we hit the bricks and let you enjoy the rest of your life. This here, Makita 36 volt SDS machine. She takes two batteries, she takes two 18 volt batteries. But I don't have two fully charged 18 volt batteries, so I'm going to have to improvise here. There's one anyway. There's a 6 amp flex volt with a battery adapter. There doesn't seem to be much wrong with her, but I've been given this to fix. It wasn't going. I took one of the brushes out and put it back in. There's a burning smell off her. I just think the brushes are done, you know. I've a set of brushes ordered for her. I should have maybe took a quicker look and better look at her before I started ordering stuff for her, but you know, you have to start with the simplest thing, don't you? As a mechanic told me one time. Yeah. Very easy access with the brushes in these. Oh, that's done. Let's see. No, she definitely needs brushes. Brushes will probably sort that. Anyhow, anybody else in the chat before we hit the bricks? Oh, the battery adapter, Pat. I got the battery adapter. I must show you that, and that's a very interesting battery adapter. It's got a feature that I relied on heavily before I got this workshop with all the handy power points and all the mod cons that I enjoy now. That battery adapter's been quite the old friend to me for some time. I'll show you why now. I'll just put on the brushes because it's the more stuff I leave lying around, the more I'm likely to get lost. So that's one for repair during the week, hopefully. Battery adapter, Pat. This battery adapter, see, I'll leave this here as a Makita tool. What this battery adapter does, as you've seen, fits the wall to Makita tools. You know, like that. But I must show you why I like this battery adapter so much. A couple of reasons. One reason it's got a USB, so you can power things off. You can charge your phone off a DeWalt battery with that. You could run different wee things. I could charge my spot welder. I could run a ring light that I use for video and repairs. You can do different things with it. I have done all those things with it. Also, George recognizes that. Let's see, I'm just going back in the chat, guys. Hold on. What did the job? Yeah. Yeah. BW's Electronics making a very good point about these battery adapters. Megan McGee, do you recognize the hammer roll? Yes. She needs brushes. BW's Electronics is making a very good point about these. The drawback of these is, if you're working, you're alright if you're like me, you're just messing around. You put on your battery and you hook it up to your tool, you use it a wee while. You're not using it till it's flattened out or whatever, you know. You're using it till it's flattened out. But the point he's making is there's only a plus and a minus there. So that's only taking the plus and the minus from the battery. These other pins and these batteries mean something. They're all temperature control, they're all low voltage cutoff, they're all those sorts of things. So this can make your tool overheat. It can make your tool vampire drain the battery down lower than the charger can recognize it, which means you have to do all the little tricks you see me doing. But you need to be careful with these. They're alright if you're doing me jobs with them. You take out a full battery and use a drill for a wee while. It's alright. Use a grinder for a wee while. Alright. But if you're using tools hard work, for your daily job, using them hard, using them, you're asking for trouble with your batteries especially. But I do like that wee battery adapter. I think she's a phenomenal job. And I'm going to show you something else that I discovered. I bought that I'll just show you the part number of it, Pat. If you put that onto like eBay, DM18M, that there will get you this here adapter. And they're about £13 or something. They're not dear. But I must show you something else as well about this one that I've discovered. It's bought for a it's bought to, like I showed you, to adapt DeWalt to Makita. But the Milwaukee M18 works on it too. Very well. So it's a very, very useful adapter. Although I have a DeWalt to Milwaukee one as well, but she hasn't got the wee USB, so she's a bit lacking in that respect. But a battery adapter can be handy. It's a handy wee thing. You can run different things off it. I've also used this for draining down batteries, putting a wee USB light onto it. If you want to drain down a battery, like one of these, not these here, the 9 amp flex volt, if she's showing a bar and won't charge any further, sometimes if you drain her down flat, then she'll take a charge. Drain her down flat. My old friend over there, the power supply, build her up to 17 volts, put her in the charger, she usually charges. So there's that. That's a good tip on them things. And I want to thank again Kieran Loftus for the things he's given me and the opportunity to fix that Reams Amigo that I showed you at the start. And I want to give a special thanks to Pat McMahon, who sent me up the subject of her little Stormforce, a little Parkside Performance that you've seen in action tonight. Or seen this in action, seen the two you took apart. And we're 44 minutes in, so we've gone over, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't know what I have for next week, but I'll have to think of something. I didn't get back to BW's Electronics is making a good point there about that it wouldn't cost $1 to make that battery adapter I've shown you have the low voltage cutout, or to make it near enough perfect. Megan McGee saying the Defender next week. Well, I'm hoping. Depends if the thing comes. It might be the week after. I might be able to show you the Defender going. Might be able to show you some things to do with the Defender. I hope you enjoyed the night. I try to get as much material for you as possible. We don't know what we're going to get next week. There could be a few things in the pipeline. My battery is going to come for this. I'll get this back together and get a battery into it to see what it can do. I suppose the best test would have been maybe comparing it to this. Although that's a brush machine, still, let's get the small wee battery. So, do you see how it holds up against that? But good night, and thank you very much. And give the stream a like, and check out the other videos. I have plenty of good videos out there. I have the M12 video tomorrow. The battery competition is still ongoing. I have the 12 volt 6 ampere build that's out at the minute, doing well hopefully. And thank you very much, and good night.